What's up, Seahorse Army? Welcome back to another Disney doll review. Today we're taking a look at two dolls. I decided that I want to start batching these up because otherwise it's going to take me so long to get through all of these. Plus, you get to see two dolls in one video, and who doesn't want that? Anyway, today we're going to be taking a look at the newish limited edition Disney collector dolls, and this is the dance series. We're going to be taking a look at Belle as well as Esmeralda. So if you want to see these dolls unboxed and see all of their details and everything, keep watching. Hi everybody, welcome back. Okay, I'm gonna bring these down here just so we could talk for a second. So this line just came out this year. In fact, it came out last month, I wanna say, or the month before. And this was like a rapid fire release. So in the past, some of the doll releases from the Disney store, like the Ultimate Princess Celebration, for example, they released one a month. These dolls came out a week apart from each other, and that was wild. Like, that was kind of insane because that was just a lot. Now, the first one that I knew that I wanted to get was Giselle. I do have her. She is back there under my TV right there, and I'm so happy I was able to get my hands on her. I actually was able to get two of her. So not initially, I only bought one. And if you want to see the video, the story about that, watch that video. I did already review her. That's up on my channel. But later, she popped back up on the Disney website, and I was like, goodbye, because she sold out almost immediately. And the fact that she popped back in, somebody must have canceled their order or something, I don't know. But I was able to order another one, and I figured, hey, I'm getting free shipping, first of all. Second of all, it's Giselle. Like, you never see her. They don't release a lot of dolls, or I guess they have recently, but anyway. So I got a second one. Anyway, so I got those. I do have all of them except for Aurora. I did not get Aurora. But I have Tinkerbell and Mulan as well. And Tinkerbell's probably my favorite. I'll talk about that in that video. But Mulan was the other one that I knew I really wanted because you never see Mulan either. They don't do Mulan dolls. But anyway, today we're going to be taking a look at Belle and Esmeralda. I did an in-depth review showing in depth the packaging in the Giselle video. So if you really want to see like how the box is constructed and everything, you can go watch that video for a more like in-depth review of that. I'm going to focus on the out-of-box portion more since I'm doing two dolls in this video. However, if this is your first video seeing any, if this is your first review of any of these dolls, let me just quickly show you. This is what the packaging looks like. This is the one for Belle, and then here is the one for Esmeralda. Now, this is the dance series or the dance set or whatever. So they're supposed to be dancers, or they're all kind of like inspired by different styles of dance. And the packaging is meant to look like a stage. So I'm going to briefly show you that. I'm going to set Esmeralda over here so that way I can just show you one. I have the camera back as far as it can go, and I'm trying to pull this way, the little table, so that way I can keep this all in frame. But basically what you're seeing is this tube. So this kind of like tube box, which I'm not a huge fan of because it's difficult to display. Their previous boxes for like limited edition dolls are rectangle, they're flat. So they don't take as much space this way when you're putting it like on your shelf and stuff. So this is difficult to display, but it's so cool because first of all, it looks like curtains, and then there's these ribbons here. And when you pull them apart, it's like the curtains opening and revealing the dancer, which is the doll. Now, really quick, there is a dust cover here and it distorts your view of the doll. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that for now. So that way you can see the doll a little easier. Here is Belle in her box. And I've got this set up so the camera's just high enough so you can actually see the doll in the box. So let's go ahead and put that there. Now, let's go ahead and reveal Esmeralda real quick. And then to remove the dust cover, I'm pushing here and I'm just like pulling outward basically to try and get it to come out because there's a little ridge right there. And it's not like glued in or anything, so it's real easy. And there we go. There is Esmeralda in her box. All right, so yeah, this is what the dolls look like in their box. They look really, really cool. When I get them out of the box, I'll show you what the inside picture looks like as well. I did quickly want to show you what is on the outside of the box real quick, because there is a couple details that I want to look at. Here's some artwork of Esmeralda. This artwork is available online. I think the actual artist has posted this on Instagram already. And I do follow them, but I forgot their name and I feel really bad. But I just think that this artwork is so beautiful. And here is Belle's artwork. I love that they implemented the roses and everything. It just looks so cute. I love how the artwork translated to the doll, or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe it was the doll first, and then they did the artwork based off of that. I'm not sure. But yeah, the artwork looks so good. And then if we turn it around over here to the back, there is a blurb. I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so instead of trying to hold this up, I'm going to take a picture with my phone, and it should be on the screen right now, so that way you can read this for yourself if you like. So here's what it says on Belle's box. I'm going to go ahead and scroll through slowly so you can see they have it in English, French, as well as Spanish. And then here is Esmeralda's box. Same thing. They have it in English, French, and Spanish. And since I'm not going to read it out loud, please feel free to pause the video and read it for yourself. Another thing that's on these boxes that I noticed is it does tell you how many they made. So for Belle, it says this is one of 5,210, which is a weird number. It's not a nice round number, but anyway. So they did over 5,200 of the Belle doll, whereas for Esmeralda, they did much less. How much did they do? Oh, it says they did 3,660. So I'm kind of surprised because that was kind of the same thing with Giselle. They did a low number. And I'm wondering if they expect Esmeralda to just not sell as well, or what the reasoning behind that is. I don't know. I mean, it's not like that big of a deal. It was just something I noticed and it was I was curious. By the way, in case you're wondering, each of these dolls retails at the Disney store. So it's disneystore.com. They retail for $129.99 in the US. So rounds up to $130. And at the time of me recording this, other than Giselle, all of the dolls from this line are still available on the Shop Disney website. I keep wanting to say Shop Disney because it used to be called Shop Disney. Now it's just Disney Store. Whatever, you know what I mean. If the dolls are still available by the time I post this video, I'm going to leave a link down in the description, so if you wanted to get them for yourself, you can. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the dolls in their boxes. Like I said, I did a much more in-depth, overview, or I went through all the details of the boxes way more in depth in the Giselle review. So if you want to check that out, please go watch that video and you can see more about these boxes and all the layers and everything like that. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and get Esmeralda and Belle out of the box, and when we come back, we can take a look at all of the details for the dolls themselves. I'll be right back. Hey, I just wanted to interrupt really quick for a big announcement. Rob and Bob from the Collectible Show on YouTube and Collector-Rose Rocklin are hosting the New Year's Roseville Toy Show Sunday, January 25th. And this time they've invited me to come and be a vendor. I went to the last two Roseville Toy Shows as a guest. I absolutely loved it, and I have videos for both of them already up on my channel. There are tons of amazing vendors with all kinds of different vintage toys and collectibles, and this time I'll be joining them selling items from my personal collection. It'll be located at the Roseville Veterans Hall from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Admission is only $5 and kids get in for free. So if you're going to be in Roseville or even in the greater Sacramento area on that day, you should stop by and say hi. While you're there, you could do a little bit of treasure hunting, and who knows, you might find that one piece that's been missing from your collection. Either way, it's a lot of fun and you definitely won't regret it. So be sure to mark your calendars, and I hope to see you there. All right, I've got the dolls out of the box. I am going to move them out of the way for a second, though. I just quickly wanted to show you the inside of the boxes, just because I thought it looks really cool. There is this little spacer thing in between. They're on a cardboard, and then there's that thing, and then there's the rounded back right there. So, like I said, watch the Giselle video. You'll know what I'm talking about. But here's the inside of Esmeralda's box. And this is really cool because it looks like it's Notre Dame. So, the building of Notre Dame and some beautiful, like, autumn trees. It's very, very pretty. It looks... Now, here's the thing. This may be AI art, which is extremely unfortunate because we're seeing more and more of that constantly. But it does look like a watercolor painting or something. Yeah, no, this might be AI. It looks weird. Whatever, it's supposed to be Notre Dame. Here is the inside of Belle's packaging. So hers is like a ballroom. So up at the top you can see like there's a chandelier. And this is like, I think that's a staircase, supposed to be a staircase maybe. I don't know, it's brush strokes, so it looks like a painting. Kind of like an abstract painting, which totally works fine for like behind the doll, since you don't really see it, but it gives the idea or the illusion of certain things, like, you know, wall sconces and stuff like that. So it looks cool. Like, I like it. I wanted to show it. Belle's is probably the least interesting. It still looks nice, and it looks like a painting, but I can't tell if it's actually a painting or if it's AI. But anyway, it is what it is. All right, let's bring the beauties back out here in the frame. They each come with a certificate of authenticity. So this was upside down. There is two sides. One side is English and one side is French. I'm just going to show the English side, but here's Esmeralda's. For each of these, so I had mentioned that there is 3,660 that they made of Esmeralda, and I got number 988, if anybody's interested. For Giselle, I ended up getting a really low number, which was interesting. I think I got like number 13 or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and watch that video. But anyway, so this one is the one for Belle. And out of 5,210, I got number 1,004. So just a number, not a really low number, not a really high number. Not that it matters. I know that there is, in the community, you know, in the collector community, some people really do like to have certain numbers. Like, they might go out of their way to try and find a specific number that means something to them. Or I know a lot of people really like low numbers. Like, if you get a double-digit number or a single-digit number, those can be a little bit more sought after online by like specific collectors, because that's like specifically what they want. And that's totally fine. I think it's kind of cool to have like a little niche within a niche, if you know what I mean. So anyway, let's take a look at the dolls. Now, I have no idea why I chose these two dolls in particular to share at the same time, but they're the ones that I'm taking a look at. I don't think they really have anything in common as far as like their movies or their characters are concerned. Actually, Notre Dame is in France, and Belle is also in France. There we go. We found a connection. I'm gonna have to do that when I review Tinkerbell and Mulan. I think it'll be a little harder. Not sure. But anyway, yeah. So who should we look at first? Well, I think Belle came out. No, who came out first? I don't remember which one was released first. I don't know. Let's just take a look at Esmeralda first. So here, I'm going to take Belle down here to the lower level. So here is Esmeralda. She is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I love the Esmeralda dolls. I think, like, I love that they're bringing her back, and I don't know if they're bringing her back, but I love that they're making dolls of her. Because, like, the only dolls we ever really got were back in the 90s when the movie came out for Hunchback of Notre Dame. And that was kind of it for the longest time until, like, 2019 or 2020. That's when the new dolls came out, and there was like some new dolls that came out, and there was additional characters they don't normally make dolls of. So there was a new Tinkerbell doll, there was an Esmeralda, there was a Alice, Wendy. Was that it? I don't know. There's probably one other one that I'm forgetting about. But anyway, the fact that they brought her back, and it's not just, one of the Disney princess doll characters. I love that they brought that back for the classic dolls. And since then, we've gotten a few collector dolls, limited edition dolls. And I don't know if they coincide with like anniversaries or anything, but maybe that's why. I don't know. Anyway, I think that she was a perfect choice for this line, being the dance collection, because that's what Esmeralda does in her movie. She is a gypsy and she's a performer and she dances in this outfit. So I love it. Now, it is similar to, oh shoot. I was going to get out my Masquerade Esmeralda because I wanted to compare them side to side. Well, here, I'll do this. I'm going to get pictures of the Masquerade Esmeralda and the Dance Series Esmeralda doll and put them side by side so that way you can see what they look like side by side on the screen right now. So as you can see, both of these dolls are inspired by the Festival of Fools scene in the Hunchback of Notre Dame movie. They are both very similar in their design, but there is very noticeable differences, especially in the skirt and around the bodice and the sleeves and everything. Not to mention the accessories that the dolls are holding. Obviously, the Masquerade doll has a mask, and the Dance Series doll is holding a tambourine. Now, between the two dolls, I honestly don't know which one is my favorite. I think I like the dress more from the Masquerade one. It's just a little fuller, and I don't know, I like the way that it was designed, although I really like the way that the upper part of the bodice and the sleeves was done for this Dance Series doll. I do think that that's really pretty, so I like that. And I don't have the actual physical doll out here, so I can't see like a really good picture, but I think that this one, the Dance Series one, has a slightly better face, but it could just be that she's in front of me and I'm just seeing that. But I don't know. I think that the, are you going to focus? Oh, why is it focusing back there? Don't do that. But I mean, she does have an absolutely stunning face. Like, she is so gorgeous. I will say that also, like, this one's probably a little more movie accurate. I don't know. I don't have a picture of the character from the movie in front of me to really compare it to. But, she's got the crown and everything on top of her head, as well as this little thing that goes across. And I think that she had that in the movie, if I'm not mistaken. I do love the design of, like, the top with the embroidery. Like, it's like gold embroidery, and it's like stoned, like it's got the little crystals all over. And then an actual metal chain here. Like, she's got a necklet, like a choker that is also real metal, I think. Oh no, that might be plastic, but then the chain hanging around is metal. She's got a metal bracelet. The tambourine has molded and painted details, which I like. It also has two separate ribbons that are hanging down, and the purple ribbons have these like stars and moons on them. Around her waist, she has two more chains that are actual real metal with little charms on them, and I love this little crescent moon right here. And the skirt is like multiple layers. So you've got like this upper purple layer here, which is attached to the belt. And the belt is a separate piece, by the way. It's Velcroed right here. And it has these sashes hanging down from it. And these sashes have gold filigree on both sides, which I love. Below this purple layer, you've got these like flaps that come down with more embroidery, more little crystals on them. I don't know what this kind of flap is called, but whatever. And it's got little gold tassels at the end. Under this, there is an upper skirt that does go all the way around. So you can see it goes all the way around, and it has tassels on it. Then there's this next layer down. It's kind of this, I don't know the type of material. I don't know what this is called, but it's kind of like this see-through material. In like this bright red color, and then underneath is like a dip dyed red to purple layer, and then underneath is an opaque kind of satin layer, and then below she has a crinoline, so she's got a petticoat. The dolls do come with stands, and they're like the saddle stands, and they work really well because see how it's like molded to the shape of the doll, so she doesn't just sit on it, she clips onto it, so they're pretty sturdy, and they're just acrylic. So the acrylic stand with the metal post, it's really, really nice. I do like these. Her shoes are interesting. They kind of got like a little kitten heel with a little, like strap that kind of wraps up the ankle. And then here is a better way. I couldn't really show you in the Giselle video, but here's a better view of the articulation for the knees. I like these because This is kind of like, oop, that's in the way. These are like old school Barbie fashionista kind of articulation. They're really good. Like I really, really like this type of articulation way better than what they were doing before. There's also an ankle joint here so they can point their toe or do flat feet. And then they can also turn their ankles as well. Something else I forgot to mention while talking about the shoes is that they are flames. Now, her entire outfit is inspired by the Festival of Fools outfit that she wears in the movie, but in this scene, she's not actually wearing shoes. Now, the flame motif is actually a callback to Hellfire, where Frollo, the bad guy of the movie, is singing about his lust for Esmeralda, and you see her come out in the fireplace dancing in flames. So I just thought that was a really cool little Easter egg, kind of a callback to a part of the movie, and I'm surprised I didn't see that when I was actually filming this the first time through. The hair is really nice on these. So what I like about this is like, I mean, yes, there is gel in the bottoms to like keep it looking nice. And it is really nice looking. You know, everything's curled. You don't have box hair, which I love that. I mean, for the price you're paying for these premium dolls, I would hope so. But anyway, if you feel up here at the root where there is no hair gel, you can feel it feels like a nylon. They gave these dolls the kind of hair that they usually reserve for Ariel, which I'm really happy about. And you can tell it's nylon because it's kind of slippery. It actually almost feels cool to the touch. And I don't know, it's just a really like nice solid hair fiber, basically. If you want to know more, I have a doll hair guide on my YouTube channel already. You can go check that out. I talk about like all the different types of hair fibers and how to identify them, and I show tons of examples. So if you want to see that, it's already up. You can go check that out. Just search on YouTube, search doll hair guide, Chad Marvelous doll hair guide, whatever, and it should come up right away. Anyway, that is going to be it for Esmeralda. Let's go ahead and put her back on her stand. And now let's take a look at Belle. Now, I am so happy to have a collector Belle doll in her gold dress, her yellow dress. Like I have the Mattel ones, but like, and I like them, don't get me wrong, but I just like the Disney Store limited edition dolls way more. The quality is better, the design is better, they look more movie accurate to me. I really love them. So I'm so happy to finally have one from the Disney Store. I have other collector Belle dolls, but they're in other dresses. So anyway, it is a little different. A lot of people noticed and also didn't care for the fact that the main part of her skirt is short. The outer layer is long, you know, floor length ball gown, whatever. But yeah, her skirt is on the short side. I guess we did top to bottom here. Over here, we're going to do bottom to top. Let's look at her shoes really quick though. Oh my gosh, before I forget, these shoes look really cool. Some people don't like them. I do. These are kind of like if you're going to wear normal high heels, but they make them kind of like look like ballet shoes. Then you just do like this platform thing. It looks really cool. This looks like something that Lady Gaga would wear the Met Gala or something. I don't know. I love it. And they've got the ribbons. Unfortunately, I accidentally got this one to untie. So I have to find out or see if I can put the bow back in, because right here is the bow right there. But anyway, I don't know. The molded painted details on these shoes is so gorgeous. I actually really, really like it. And I guess like her dance style, hello, hi, you're very close right now. I think her dance style is ballet. I think that's what hers is supposed to be. Anyway, so she also has some nylons, basically, like these fishnet or whatever, these stockings. They're really nice. So she is wearing that. But now let's get to the actual skirt, which is... You're still really zoomed in, sorry. Let's get to the actual skirt. So the skirt, once again, is also multiple layers, which I love that they're doing that. I love that they're not really like cutting corners, knock on wood, not really cutting corners with these dolls just yet. And the price is still what it is. But anyway, I love this. So you've got the outer layer, the upper layer for the skirt is the one that's like floor length. And then it is kind of like pinned back, so it almost looks like curtains of its own. And then there is these little rosettes, these little like fabric, whatever you call them, like ribbon rosettes on either side. And then a little ribbon hanging down here. And the skirt has more embroidery and little crystals or whatever all over it, which is really pretty. Underneath is a multi-layered ruffled, not ruffled, like, I don't know, it's just like this see-through material skirt. So you can see it's like a see-through material with black trim, like a black ribbon for the trim. And it's got 1, 2, 3. It's technically 3 layers. Oh, it's like pinned together here. Hold on, I don't know if I should, I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm just going to leave it for right now because it makes it look more full, if I'm being honest. But it looks like this skirt is 3 layers. But then behind the 3rd layer, you can kind of see that it just kind of goes back and it's pinned together right there. So when it's laying here, it looks like there's multiple layers. So I'm going to leave it for right now so it still looks like there's multiple layers. But this kind of gives me the idea that it's actually a circle skirt and it's way fuller than it looks. Anyway, underneath all of that, there is 1 layer of like a satin opaque layer down here, like a mini skirt for modesty. Now, each of these dolls have some kind of like metallic accent or whatever. For Esmeralda, she has, of course, her crown and the little, I'm not sure what this is called, but the part that goes across her forehead. And then she has like these chains everywhere and like the little metal charm and stuff like that. For Belle, she has these kind of cool, I really like these. Oh my God, it goes all the way back. I thought it was only in the front. That's cool. It goes all the way to the back. But these little like hip pad things, to make the hip like stand out. This could be, if you didn't want this upper skirt, I wonder if that's separate. But yeah, this could be like this cute little party dress or whatever. Anyway, she's got these like metal things, these metal cages over her hips that go all the way around on both sides. And I love that. They are sewn to the dress in certain spots. So they're like up at the top. They're sewn here, and then like on the back and stuff like that. So they're kind of just hanging with the dress. But yeah, I like that. I like that. And I like that the outer layer of the skirt is pinned back to just kind of give a little peekaboo, and that it's see-through so you can actually still see it through here. So yeah, a lot of people decided not to get this doll because of their skirt. Like a lot of people didn't like this like gap right here. They thought it looked weird. And even I felt that way at the beginning. But then I saw pictures that somebody had gotten her and I was like, oh, no, she looks really good. And I do not regret it at all. I love this doll so much. Anyway, let's keep on moving up here. Here's the bodice. Let me zoom back in so you can see the details here. Oop, too much. There we go. So the bodice is nice. It's just like a simple bodice with a black panel in the middle with some more gold embroidery here. And then on her shoulders, her straps have these little rosettes with like this mesh ribbon that goes over it. It's really cute, and it's kind of emulating what her dress looked like in the movie. Because in the movie, she had that kind of off the shoulder thing, with the straps and the lighter material. So it's kind of emulating that. But underneath, I love everything about this doll having like layers of see-through over other things to look at. Because like it's got the little rosettes. Even if it didn't have this extra strap and it was just the rosettes, I would still like that, honestly. But I think it's kind of cute to have that extra layer of this see-through fabric that goes over the rosettes. It just kind of adds a little bit more dimension. I don't know, it looks kind of cool. And it's a callback to her original dress. Zooming back in here, she is also wearing a gold metallic choker. And it looks like there's a rose right there. Really, really pretty. Here's her face. Look at that face card. Oh my God. I love this. She looks so good. And then her hair is done up the way it is in the movie, in the scene that this outfit is inspired by. Except for she does have these little tendrils. So she's got one on either side here. Now, these look a little bit thick to me. I'm not a huge fan of them being these giant ringlets. I kind of want to like stretch it out so that way it looks a little more relaxed, but I don't want to mess it up. So, I don't know. Also, this one's thicker than that one. I kind of prefer that one. But yeah, she has like her classic Belle hairstyle with the little bun in the back. With, the way her hair is. I love that. Belle's hair is longer than Esmeralda's. And it is a little bit more of kind of relaxed curls. Once again, does not have box hair, which I really appreciate. And Feeling at the root, same thing. Feels cool to the touch, a little slippery. This is a nylon material, and it's similar to what the Ariel dolls get, because Ariel, for some reason, always gets the best hair, even on the Playline dolls. All the other Playline dolls have, like, polypropylene, but these collector dolls, I'm so happy. Now, if this is now, okay, hold on, let me take a step back. Somebody pointed out on the list of materials used for these dolls, they saw polypropylene. So I think if the hair is actually polypropylene, it is a very high quality polypropylene, because this feels nice and it makes me think it is nylon. So regardless, it is a nice quality, whatever the material is. Something I did want to show, I can't really show the feet, but the hands and feet are newer molds and poses, and I really, really like them. I think that they're very elegant. I really, really like these. So all of the new Disney limited edition dolls have the new hands and the new feet. I think I first noticed it during the Ultimate Princess celebration. I could be wrong, but anyway. All right, so that is pretty much it for both of these dolls. They don't really come with a lot extra other than what they're wearing. I say they don't come with a lot, but look at their dresses. Like, this is a lot. There's a lot going on here. But they don't come with the brush. They don't come with the purse that's separate or any, other than what they're already holding. So like her little tambourine and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it, because I think these are more like art piece dolls, like they're meant to stay in the box and they're collector pieces. I'm an out-of-box collector, so I wanted to unbox them, especially since there's no way I can display these boxes. They're just way too big and I just don't have the space for it. But it gives me an excuse to take them out of the box and play with them a little, so I'm not mad about it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end things out here. I don't know if I'm going to get to Tinkerbell and Mulan today, because it's already later than I thought it was going to be. I went to the Sacramento Antique Fair earlier this morning, filmed that haul, which was way longer than I thought, because it was a huge haul. And reviewing 2 dolls makes it a little longer than the video would have been otherwise. I don't know if I have time to do the other 2, because we're going out to dinner for my mom's birthday. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end things out now, and maybe I'll review the other 2 dolls, Mulan and Tinkerbell, next week or next weekend or whatever. And either way, I want to get all these videos up sometime this season. My goal is to get all of these reviewed and the videos up, so that way I'm not waiting too long. I don't want them to become like old news. Not that it matters. I know that you're gonna watch this video regardless. If you decided to watch the video, you would watch it even if it was like a little bit later. It doesn't really matter, which I appreciate. I really appreciate you guys so much. Speaking of which, if this is your first time watching one of my videos and you've made it this far in the video, let me know that this is your first time watching. Leave a comment down below, but also if you're enjoying yourself, hit the like button. It lets me know you enjoy it, and it lets me know what kind of videos to keep making. Anyway, I gotta get going. Thanks again so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hype the video if you can, and I will see you next time. Bye! If you like this video, you can let me know by hitting thumbs up. You can check out some of my other videos by clicking one of the links on the screen. I post new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.